I thanked everyone for their attendance and contribution, before we all went our separate ways. My stepdad and I stayed a few extra days until the date of return on the tickets we were given, which we spent at another relative's house. When I had grown up there before we moved, my mom used to take me to this relative's house, which was timeless as if I had never left. Across the street, there was a park, which also remained unchanged. Sometimes when my mom and I would go there, my relative's neighbor and her daughter would stop by for breakfast. The neighbor's daughter was an incredible artist back then, which she parlayed into a career as an adult. I thought it would be a nice gesture to say hello, before we left the next day. So I crossed through the park to knock on the door, but she wasn't home. I thought I would just sit on the swings and think in the empty park until she arrived, but soon evening turned to night and she still had not gotten back. As it got dark, some drunk girls driving by the park yelled out the window,
"Go home."
Some car pulled in front of her house some time later and let her out and I waved. It was dark and we hadn't seen each other in years, so she asked,
"Who's waving at me?"
I tried to tell her it was me and that I just wanted to say a quick goodbye before I left. But the next day, hours before we went to the airport, she stopped by my relative's house and we had a proper goodbye as we walked around the park. My relatives drove us to the airport and we flew back. I had my stepdad drive me to my old job, before we went home. When I walked in, the owner greeted me and I asked if I could have my bar back job back.
I was a bar back, I wore a lot of hats, overheard every version of been that, done that.
He told me that I could as he only had one guy right now, and you have to have 2 bar backs. The way it works is, one guy is the main bar back who works Wednesday through Sunday. The other guy works Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. So after I got my old job back, we then drove home, and each tried to get on with our lives.